Pretend you're really into what I'm saying, though. That'd be cool. Just look in, like, admiration. Welcome to Mailroom, a show that takes us girls inside the mind of the opposite sex by going straight to the source. Welcome to Mailroom, our show that takes us girls inside the mind of the opposite sex by going straight to the source. In each episode, we sit down with 3 different gents to get their perspectives, translate our texts, and provide some tribal knowledge on their elusive species. Today, we've traveled far and wide to all the islands, from Love Island to Fboy Island, and all the way back to West Village to bring you this talent. And today's episode is called First Impressions Unfiltered. So we're gonna talk about apps, we're gonna talk about first dates, putting out follow-ups or not. So first, in traditional mailroom fashion, I want you guys to introduce yourself with your name, age, what you're working on, and the type of guy that you are in dating. Also, I would like to announce that this special guest, in case he doesn't say it, he is Hinge's 2016 most eligible bachelor in tech.
Give it up, give it up.
Yeah, standing
Wow.
O.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
ban him off, huh, guy?
I don't need an addendum to that.
Okay.
It's sort of like Forbes 30 under 30, like the 30 best Midwestern Taco Bell franchisees. So as long as you
It counts.
you cut the group enough, there's a spot for me. I'm Kevin, 35 years old. I am a data scientist.
Ooh.
And I would say, what kind of guy I am dating, I would say high endurance.
Oh, yeah.
And by
Sorry.
that I mean, I have been dating in New York since I arrived, which is, I think like 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay, that
I
is
moved
high
out of
endurance.
Southwest Boston. And yeah, I have seen it all. So looking forward to
Good. You'll have to tell us more.
yeah, telling what I've learned.
Cinco?
It's a very extensive list. You've seen it all. Sheesh. Yeah, from one of the islands, as she said, Love Island. My name is Cinco. I'm a personal trainer. I'm 25 years old. And it's crazy how she said she went from all the islands, and it seems like we're all from in a 20-minute radius from each other, like originally.
It was a lot of swimming.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, I'm glad to be here. Appreciate you having me.
And also, what type of guy?
Type of guy.
More you.
I don't know. I'm more of the laid back, chilling type of guy. I feel like it gets played out because I get a lot of craziness, even though I'm not that person at all. That's like attracted to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, and dating wise, I'm more laid back. I'm more of a feel things out, feel type of vibes, and
Feel people out.
Yeah, feel people
Feel them
out.
up and out.
out and up. Yeah.
Sweet.
So yeah.
What about Dan?
It's a way to do it.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes. Yeah.
And you, Mark?
So my name is Mark Moran. I'm 30 years old. I was on Fboy Island as a nice guy. So, and thank you.
Is it true?
Yeah.
Is it accurate?
Well, I was always paid as one, but like my personal problem with that is I think everyone lives in a gray area with that. Like if you were to ever go, any female here to go on a date with a guy who says I'm a nice guy, they're not a nice guy. I would never describe myself as that.
Noted.
Yeah, I would always just,
I describe myself as a nice guy.
Exactly.
Well, that's why you've been dating. What you're very.
I would though, sincerely.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all have flaws that we can work on to improve, but I would never describe myself as a nice guy. I'd say, I have my flaws, X, Y, Z, but
Okay.
you have to be self-aware. And
Yeah.
I think anyone who says that they're trying to manipulate someone and not that good. So I did actually have a problem with being a self-proclaimed nice guy. And then as for work, I make memes for a living.
Sweet.
Right.
No.
No longer a finance.
Yeah, no, I used to be an
pro.
investment banker, and then now I work for a finance-focused meme page that we're growing into a media brand. It was the #1 most read article in Bloomberg today. So,
Congrats.
but I make
Ladies,
memes. So, yeah.
take notes.
So I'm a creative. Hopefully, I won't get my ass kicked at the Soho House wearing a blazer. But
No, it looks good. You're pulling it off. So question 1, what is your opening line on an app? In any particular
11 out of
order.
10.
All right. What?
11 out of 10.
Just that's
it.
it.
Yeah.
To every
11
girl.
out of 10?
Yeah.
What
and
if
then
she's like a 6?
Well, then I wouldn't probably Matt.
You don't-
Like
oh,
I'm
got it.
there, like to me intrinsically,
Not a nice guy.
Everyone's beautiful, but
Right.
I would have only matched with someone if I felt like we could, have more of a common connection. I'm less frequent than you, so don't call me not a nice guy. It's rude.
Self-proclaimed. I think you're a nice guy.
I think
I
you're a
think
nice
you
guy.
Jury's
probably
too.
have
out.
the best lines out of here. I want to see yours.
So far.
Well,
What about you guys? Any good app openers? Anything strong
I'm gonna
that's
let
been
you.
working
I'm gonna let
lately?
you go, and then
I haven't been on the app in a while.
Yeah, you don't need
honestly.
to.
Honestly, I haven't.
I was
just 'cause
on
I
one
haven't-
earlier today. So if you want, I could fill in.
Is
I
it
need
because you
some
get like
tips.
DMs a lot from?
Yeah, I feel like
show
that's just
and,
the app itself, like Instagram and DMs and stuff like that. It's like its own app. So
That happened to you.
No, but West Village, the internet is not as good as it is probably where he lives. So I'm sure there are lots of
that's-
DMs
yeah, that's probably
coming.
the
They just
problem.
haven't.
They're like in a
Yeah,
holding
they're coming.
pattern.
connection, they're still sending.
yeah.
You're-
Yeah,
Not
they're
that
still
good.
sending.
Yeah.
Wait till we get everybody gets to 5G.
Yeah.
And then you're done with that.
true.
I'm not.
Well, we'll
5
it's gonna
years.
blow through my
brain
data
tumors at
plan.
that point.
First line. I don't have a go-to first line. What I will say is, I always try to make it specific to the person. Like it couldn't be a generic line. I do have a weakness for taking something they've done or said and turning it into a pun or a dad joke.
I think that's
And that,
great.
it quickly establishes like you think I'm funny or not, and that's a
charming.
big,
Yeah.
or charming. Yeah,
If they get your humor,
Yeah.
then
They-
the
yeah, then we're
connection
off to
could
the
be-
races.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And what about your app strategy? Is it like a turbo right?
Oh no,
like,
highly
what?
curated.
Okay, how so?
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. That's
Well,
honestly
yeah, so
from
I
bad
remem-
experience myself. I wouldn't.
No, okay. So there's there's two types of people, I suppose, and I know this because I know other men.
Do tell.
And so yeah, there's the numbers game, which is just like under my
eventually
desk
get
during
one.
work, like I'm in a meeting,
yeah.
and then just after the fact find out. I sort of enjoy the Pokemon Go aspect of it. Like I'm looking for like the rarest Pokemon.
Yeah.
And so I'm-
Woman.
Are you walking up with the
Woman.
No, but I mean besides that part.
Okay, yeah,
But
got it.
like,
Sorry.
yeah, I like curating. Like I like to be very intentional about what I'm doing because those puns take me a long time to think of.
Yeah.
So I can't just be
And you can't oversaturate the puns too. Then it just
like
doesn't work.
then
Yeah.
I'll be that guy. Like word gets around.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
I hear
no,
that.
I'm
Guys
like
get around.
I would. I take a long time looking for a left swipe.
Okay. What about you guys? You're sitting really close, by the way.
We're all friends
No,
here.
no
Oh
judgment,
my gosh,
but
man.
yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah, like
I don't know. Actually, I haven't been on one in a while. So like, but before when I was on one,
Yeah.
long time ago,
so long. Yeah.
Yeah, like him, I was more intentional. I feel like I had a certain type that I was looking for, but
Which is
when
what?
you actually, so this was more college days. I was
This.
looking for like the exotic, like something different.
Yeah,
you know
but
what
not
I mean?
anymore. What happened? Why not exotic? I felt like that
It's a
doesn't get
lot.
old.
he's been to Love Island.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
The standards
So,
have
I've
changed.
heard that. Well, I haven't heard. I've experienced that exotic is probably not the best for me.
Okay.
For experiences, I'll probably tell you later. But
Great.
yeah,
Here, drink up. Have a little more. That'll get the
you know
stories
what? Forget
flowing.
it.
I'm kidding.
Cheers.
Cheers. And you, Mark, any strategy in your? You can even just do overall hunting. It doesn't have to be app.
hunting,
specific.
gathering. So I've been in like 2 longer term relationships, one for 5.5 years, one for 2.5 years. And so I've been single for a little bit over a year, and probably like 8-10 months into going out to the island. And so I think in the beginning of my time being single, it was more, just rapid fire stuff. But then I realized that kind of didn't lead to anything that was going anywhere. I think for me, I didn't realize until actually, which is interesting, going on reality television, like thinking, not having a phone and thinking back to my dating strategies and like not only myself, but like how that could have impacted other people. And I think that was an interesting experience having to go on reality television. So now, removed from the show and everything, I'm more focused.
You are the nice guy. You were just like, you had to
I wasn't back then.
into-
I wasn't back
Yeah.
then when I got casted for it, but like I've been able to kind of grow and develop and mature slightly. But I thought that was an interesting thing from reality
Slightly
TV.
is the key word.
Yeah, not
Okay.
too much.
Now, from this historian of Hinge and other apps, you have a lot of data, it sounds like, and it sounds like you also have some good theories on what women should include and not include on their profiles. What are some good pro tips?
How long is this episode?
You have 1 minute.
Like pull out the CVS receipt and start from. Okay, a couple themes that I've been noticing recently. First of all, like I have to know what your face looks like. There's a lot of like, there's so many pictures where like, there's so many profiles where every picture is in front of a mirror like that. And like I said, I invest a lot of time into these puns. Dates take a lot of effort. Like I need to de-risk the situation. So if I don't know what your face looks like by the time I've gotten to the bottom, and that could be filters, it could be this, it could be sunglasses, every picture could be 100 yards away. That I can't do that.
So are those people automatically removed?
Auto, because what do I, like, I wouldn't even know who to look for on the first date. So that's one. Okay, this one I feel like is, gospel. People need to know this. Pizza, sushi, puppies, tacos, they are not love languages.
So you see a lot of that. And by the way, we also see a lot of that. You guys have
That's
tacos,
crazy to me.
beer.
So I think if I put myself in your shoes, that it's like, oh, I'm being original, like I'm funny, whatever. But it has the reverse effect, which is that, like as a data scientist, I'll tell you, more than 50% of profiles currently active in any of the apps are mentioning pizza, puppies, sushis, tacos.
Okay, so what are the standouts to you? What are the ones that you like the
Anything
best?
other than that?
I mean, I'll tell you.
Besides like bikini shots and yoga poses.
No, I mean,
Whoa,
again, it
let's not
depends.
judge
But
him.
even
I mean,
a bikini
let's be
shot.
Let him
real.
answer.
We're being
So,
real.
first of all, I personally, call me old-fashioned, call me a nice guy. I like
Or neither.
pictures where I know who I'm dealing with, and they're smiling. God forbid. And also,
Are you guys all smiling in your photos?
100%.
You do like a
You
deadpan.
pull it up.
Well, I
I've
do
seen
videos,
yours.
so. No.
But the second thing is like as far as the prompts are concerned,
Yeah.
they're actually there's like there's like the category of I'm clearly just trying to fill this out. The biggest risk I've ever taken is downloading Hinge. I'll fall for you if you trip me. These are themes, like I'm telling you, people that actually invest in like I'm looking for and they give like a sincere answer.
Yeah.
That's actually something valuable, whether or not I fit that criteria or not, but at least it's given me a sense of who you are, what you're looking for.
Okay.
So I actually do appreciate sincerity.
Okay. Valid points. What about you guys?
That's actually what I agree with. The sincerity of things. Like,
concur?
I can definitely concur with that.
Yeah, I disagree. So
nice.
I think that I have a
He's like, more sunglasses.
unique sense of humor, and so I like to be open about that. So if like someone can't get my humor, like for example, on my prompts on this app, trying to find out like my actual profile. Okay, so dating me is like drinking a vodka Red Bull. Like if you get that, you have a good sense of humor, and it's not gonna be it's gonna be a little wild. Dating me is like supervising a really intelligent toddler. Also true. And last but not least, together we
boss baby over
could
here.
start a pyramid scheme. And if someone doesn't laugh at that, like it's just my jokes aren't going to work. So I think it's about honesty, but it's also about like showing who you'd be in a relationship, and I can be pretty annoying. So
you're very self-aware.
Yes.
Which is a good quality. What do you want the girl? What do you get the most out of a girl's profile? Do you want her to mention some of those things, or do you want a girl to be more serious and like what she's looking for, or will you run the other way?
See, for me, like that's why I kind of like faded away from the apps and stuff, because it's kind of hard to
Just the DMs.
anybody, just the
easier.
DM, just to like connect, to be able to connect in person.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Just to meet that up.
Because you can't do
But
that on the app.
you can. No, because people, I don't know. I just like the experience I had on the apps. It just wasn't cool when we actually met up.
What about in real life? Do you guys like still act like predators and like go up to girls at bars?
What do you mean still? First up, still. Whoa.
We have to rephrase that.
Okay, what I mean is, will
I get
you
what you're saying.
like go up to a girl at a bar still, or do you just go home and go on your apps? Or like you have the roster lined up and you text while you're out, or are you just like going in the wild?
You want to say that? For me, I've been used to. I have no problem with going to talk to anybody. It's kind of made it weird to do that recently, just because the culture-wise it's changed, especially in social settings. Going out to parties and trying to approach a girl has made it a lot harder. And so I've kind of framed for that, but I have no problem with going in. Just at least shoot my shot. I mean, you can only miss and get a no. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people have a lot of social anxiety between that for rejection. But I feel like for guys, we get it a lot more, so we're kind of more used to it.
Do you guys get rejected a lot, honestly?
Hell yeah. I don't think so. I don't
Oh,
know.
like,
Maybe I'm
that's
just speaking for me. I
never
don't know.
happened.
Ghosted. Yeah.
Number 26?
Right.
You'd be surprised, dude.
You never want to meet your heroes, huh?
All right, so now we're gonna do a segment that we call text translations. So we have you guys translate texts that we receive from girls anonymously, and let us know if you think that the guy is a keeper or not. So this is trying to plan a first date, okay, for the context.
But why is she's planning the first date?
They're planning, like in the
Okay,
text,
sorry.
they're planning it.
I'll listen.
Hey,
That's on the card,
this is the guy's voice.
but that voice?
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm gonna do the difference so you know.
Got it.
Alright,
Yeah.
alright,
Was
alright.
it not believable?
No, it
Yeah,
was
no,
very
it was
believable,
close.
but I wanted to know
Yeah.
what your cues were on the
Yeah.
card.
So it's guy and then girl. So guy, hey, truth or dare? Truth. Okay. Possibly TMI, but just got out of a relationship and a little rusty, but down to go out if you are. Thoughts?
What was the negative option?
No, he's not ready. He's got
opposite
some
of
emotional
keeper.
baggage
Yo,
that he just
yeah,
wants.
that's not it.
So this is not a marketable
No, that's-
No,
prospect?
Yeah,
he needs to spend some time dating himself
The
before
fact that you came off with working himself.
Wow. Unanimous.
Every word in that was wrong. I would say.
So you wouldn't think it would be someone that's just like being open and in case they're
No,
maybe
it's
not.
like, yeah, you don't apologize before delivering like that. That's not what we want.
Agreed.
yeah.
Just wanted to make sure.
Even the truth of dare, that's like for a first date, first talking
Yeah,
to
it's a
somebody,
lot.
like
Yeah.
you coming off like
a
you
lot.
12 years old, 12,
Yeah.
truth of dare, like
Yeah.
what? Yeah, no.
All right, here's the next one. Hey girl. Hey yourself.
I'm at the edge of my seat.
You're gonna like this
Okay, I
one.
can't
Actually,
stand
this
up.
might be one that you would send. But no, it's not romantic. But up for a sports bar tonight? Want to see some games?
Wait,
Is
what
it-
have I told you that made you think that that was something I was?
Just like sports stuff.
Yes, sports ball.
So then the girl says, respect the allegiance. Sure. Where to? He writes, to the sports team.
To all of
games.
them?
The sports in general.
Sports.
Just in general. Okay.
Yeah,
sorry.
I think she was just
Good
trying to be
answer.
like the
I'm
cool.
a slow learner.
Yeah,
You got it.
she's
Easygoing
trying to
girl.
go along with it. Okay,
Yeah.
I get
All right.
it.
Then she says, where to? And he says, Harry Lemon. That's a place, I guess.
Okay. Sure.
So then he writes back, okay, actually, let's do something else. What do you want to do? Any ideas? So, okay, the question is, yeah, this guy is not amazing, but with planning a date, if you guys don't plan it and you ask the girl, like, what do you want to do and any ideas, like, should you guys pony up and come up with a plan, or should the girl come up with something? This is for a first date also.
All right, I might have an unpopular opinion.
Go in.
I honestly don't think it's a horrible thing to ask the girl, like, interest-wise what they like to do, but like planning it, I feel like you should plan it, especially first date. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
thank you. I got
Amen.
pause there.
First applause of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
evening, man.
Nice.
Good answer.
No, like, cause yeah, you don't want to take her to something that she don't want to do or that she's not having interest in. But at the same time, you want to show that, like, that dominance and that assertiveness. Like, yeah, like I can take you somewhere, we're gonna have fun together, and you know what I mean. Like, that's just me personally. But I don't think it's a bad idea to ask interest-wise, what do you like to do, what interests you, and what would you want to do, as long as you plan it, in my opinion.
Okay. What do you guys think?
First, like I said, why we have to de-risk every situation. First dates, it's a lot of work. I wouldn't do the invite, see how you react, pull it back, ask you. But I find that I end up planning 95%, but that's not a ratio that
Not the 5%.
that's not ideal to me, only because I actually, if somebody is like, let's do this, I'll be there early.
And what kind of first dates do you plan?
What do you mean by that?
Like, are you going to dinner? Are you trying to avoid a dinner for like an efficient happy hour?
So
Good
your
question.
last first date, where'd you take her?
Well, the thing is,
Or
with
is it,
COVID
like,
times,
after
you couldn't
midnight?
have a first date without dinner, so I got used to like dinner being the thing.
Yeah.
I've gone through phases. I'm 35 years old and single as the day I was born, so I haven't mastered the formula to it.
Yeah.
But I would say, like, I've done the coffee thing, I've done the drink, whatever. I don't have a strong opinion on that.
Mark,
I have
what
a
about
strong
you?
opinion. I think you have to be the one to make the reservation.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you have to
Nice
go, like,
points scored.
yeah, well, it's all different, opinions here, but I think you have to go, actually like sit down and talk. And like, I love like 15 minutes in being like, okay, if it's going well. If it's not going well, like I'm planning my exit. But if it's going well, to be like, okay, so what do you think? Like second date, 15 minutes in, like immediately. And then like, yeah, but if you know, like if it's good, if you're vibing, you'll do it.
Yeah, take
And then,
some notes.
but you
Nice.
learn a lot about someone. And so like, I think sitting down and talking and making eye contact are actually is the best way to do it. And so I couldn't do anything else for a first date, but then second date, like who knows, if she likes activities or whatever, she can plan it. Like, but first time, like I want to sit, I don't want to like show up and like have to be like throwing, axes or something like that. I would be way out of my element. I'm not that
So,
outdoorsy and I would just get nervous. So I have
no
to control
axe
the setting.
dating. Okay. And what about, so if you know in the first 15 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
are you usually right? Or the second date, does you change your mind?
So I'm usually right that it's, we get along, I'm gonna get a second date, but then it becomes like more, okay, is this the right type of person that I should be with? I'm usually wrong on that one.
How so?
Well, I just feel like as I've gotten older, I've realized that maybe perhaps what I always thought that like I want is not like the best thing for me. And I think that comes with age. So that's been something I've been trying to, deal with and learn and be more. I think it's made me much more kind of open to like different things in the beginning than rather what I like previously had thought things.
So
would
what
be.
was like a before versus after?
Okay, so before it would be like like a tall like southern blonde, and like that would be just what I would have in my head. But I think that makes it so then that's what you're focused on. And then I think after going on the show, I was like, well, that's never worked for me, so maybe I should mix it up a little bit, be a little bit more thoughtful about where I've been wrong in
Like
relationships.
a short brunette.
Like a
kind of
short
thing.
brunette. Yeah, my mom's one too, so it's like
Yeah,
who
totally.
knows. and then you just take it from there. But I think that's like part of the thing for me is to really be much more open in the beginning, and then like you go in, kind of filter in, and then you go on a first date, see how it is, then you throw axe as the second date. It's great. So.
And then what about you guys? Do you usually know the first few minutes in? At least if there'll be a second date.
I think it's easier to tell if there's not gonna be one than no.
Yeah, that's fair.
Why are you laughing at that?
It's just the
Like
track
that's the
record.
worst feeling though. Like 5 minutes in, you're just like, God, this is gonna be a waste of $200.
Yeah, we have it too though.
Well, and I also like, I will try to do a second date almost no matter what, because
Really?
yeah, people like, including myself, maybe you don't show up your best the first day. I think everybody deserves 2 dates. There are rare cases, where you don't, or I don't. But yeah, like the first 15 minutes, you know that there's not a spark, or
Do you know if they would be more relationship material versus that night material?
Yeah.
Like that,
I
like
don't think
Well, if they were that night material, they wouldn't be relationship material.
oh,
Well,
let's
that's a
discuss.
deep-
This is one of the
Wow.
questions.
Damn.
Sit up, posture.
Relax.
Okay, so on that note, tell us about the relationship versus the going home with girl. Or can it be both?
Okay.
I think you gotta elaborate on that.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. I'll let you guys think. So, like, just let me know how much time you need. I'll keep talking till then.
Team player.
Yeah, take one for the team.
Sports ball. No, I think like for me, it's there's a mix of kind of like immediate emotions and thoughts that you have, but then also okay, what's best long term, and like I know if someone is just going to be kind of giving me what I want all the time, that's probably not the best for me as an individual. Like I said on my Hinge profile, I'm like dating an intelligent toddler, and so sometimes you have to tell a toddler no. So I kind of, as much as I want that in the moment, I know that's like not the best kind of thing long term. So it is something that I would say like, I'm never like, I'm also very big on like never pressuring anyone or like doing whatever, but like I would much rather get along very well with someone at first date and then just go home and then see them a second time rather than, have an amazing first time because it's never ended well.
So will you try to like go home with her? Like if you feel that way, which I think
You're
is
always
great.
gonna try as a male. You're always
Right,
gonna try.
totally. But then if you're the girl and you're like, okay, I'll be good because I want to like cultivate something. But then the guy is like, oh hey, can I like come up and use your bathroom or whatever?
Yeah.
Then you do that, and then
Yeah.
is the girl not as interesting to you because you went upstairs but you secretly
But I
didn't
think
want to?
I think you have to know that you did that, right? Like if you're aware of that and you're like, oh hey, my Sonicare is out of battery. Let me go like use yours right now. I'm just gonna use your toothbrush. Like then you know what you did, and
But
you
would
kind
that
of
change
pushed
your
it.
feelings?
Yeah,
Like, are you
but
not
I think it should
attracted?
affect it. I think it like should go into the equation of everything, But like
Guys
I don't
are
know.
complicated.
I think with my gut, not my brain. So.
I think it's relative. It's relative to the person, honestly. I've had great relationships, and we've had intimacy in the first date or the first round.
Intimacy, like,
And so,
what kind of? I'm just kidding, but like a one night stand kind of thing.
Yeah, but it's not a one night stand if we keep talking afterwards.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's relative. To be honest, I've gone out, met somebody, and not planned to do anything with them, and just connected, and stuff happens. I mean, it just depends on the person. You know what I mean? It depends on the vibe. This is why I like meeting people in person.
Yeah.
You can't get that initial spark off of an app. I mean, you can meet up with them to see if you have that spark. You know what I mean? So I do appreciate apps for that, just to be able to connect with people that you don't normally connect with. But for me, I think it just depends on the person, depends on how you guys connect, and depends on where you guys are mind level at together, where you guys connect on the wavelength together. So it's relative. I've had, like I said, I had connections with people, and we gone out for the first time. We met, we vibed, we kicked it, and it's like, yo, like, you want to come chill? We chill. Stuff happens, cool. And then we end up talking afterwards. And I've had dated a girl like that for 3 years. It's cool. And then I've had nights I'm just like I'm feeling you, you feeling me. It's just like a thing. We talk about it, and it happens. You know what I mean? So it just depends on that person for me, honestly.
I'm in that camp.